Oh, I didn't put my phone up. Let me get this thing muted. Should. I'll do it right now. Since it's so freaking loud. No. Me.
Oh, is this the track you're working on with Donnie? Glasses off.
And glasses off. We are live.
Dudes, what's happening?
How's it going, man?
Hey.
A wonderful, wonderful day. It was actually pretty nice. Everybody, sorry, I'm just kind of logging that thing in. Seeing when we're going live. Geez, what a day, huh? Weather worked out today. Yesterday.
Beautiful.
Oh, we got, I don't know how much you, first off, hey, Letty, what's happening? Joey.
Hey,
Tommy? Happy
Guys.
weekend.
It's always great to see you guys on Sunday. And again, like we said last time, I can't wait till we're in the same room because this will just be even funnier.
Oh,
Absolutely.
the classic.
I know. It'll be really good. And
Now,
but now I've gotten so used to drinking on this show, like I don't know if I can go anywhere.
No, we'll just come to your house because
come to Joey's house.
Yeah. Oh man, Lenny came over one day. Remember that day? Did we start at the tequila place and go back to my house, or we just stayed? Oh, we just came to my house, right?
Yeah, you were doing photos for me.
That's right. Oh my god, we got so hammered. Oh my god.
And we started. It was like, I don't know, 9:30 in the morning. I showed up.
Yeah.
Or something. And we started with coffee.
Yeah.
And then it was like, all right, time for wine. And then we went to see.
I can honestly say, I can say we went through 3 wines, but one of them was a box, which is 4 bottles.
Dude, I still have that. I still use that picture as my profile picture because I'm so fucked up. I look at that. I just say, yeah, that was a good time.
Oh man, I do miss day drinking. I do miss that part.
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah, not so much, but
no. But you know what? The one thing, I was lucky, blessed. I was able to stop, but before I did, all the beer stuff, all the small craft beers exploded.
Yeah.
Right, and I had the opportunity to have so much of that good stuff that was out there and still out there. And, and being a wine snob, I was drinking a lot of really nice wine and tequila, but the having the opportunity at the time to drink in excess, but to drink the some of the best beers in the entire world that are being made in the past 5 years is just fascinating, right? I mean, that was something. And great tequila and great wine and, wine by the box, wine by the case, whatever.
Well, it's funny, and the wine by the box has actually gotten so much better. It's actually, there are some good wines in the box. It's not like the old Franzia box,
You know what the funny thing
box
is?
that slid on the shelf,
Right.
It's gotten some good stuff out there now.
The 10 years ago, there was the New Zealand people were starting to put, twist caps on.
Yeah.
People were fighting that, and then all of a sudden they realized, oh yeah,
it's better.
It works. My
monitor
phone just fell down. Hold on. I was just watching us go junk. Anyway, goes like this somehow. Anyway, let's see if I can get this thing to stick.
So Lenny, what were you up to today?
Yeah.
Well, I was just kind of hanging out, just taking it easy. It's not like there's a lot to do, so I was just taking advantage of the downtime and cleaning out the closet and just taking notes and researching people and things for upcoming episodes. And I've been keeping myself busy. It's
Yep. I did notice that I didn't have much time, but I went on Facebook today and I saw like 3 or 4 bands practicing outside, which Grimjack is doing also. But yeah, they're going live on Facebook, man. As soon as the weather's a little nice, people want to get out and they want to, people want to see live music again.
But dude, I don't know waiting. If you saw on Facebook, there was a little incident at the Dublin Deck.
Yes.
Yeah. We talked about that earlier, and we wanted to bring that up.
Yeah. So, as you said, people are chomping at the bit, and they.
So did you happen to see the video, Tom?
I didn't watch the video because I was already annoyed.
Shit's going all over the place, man.
I know. It's just I didn't do it correctly in the first place, and I don't want to be looking around. Yeah. So you guys tell me your opinion and what you did while I pick this up.
Yeah. So I didn't watch it at first, but
that was the thing. I didn't want to watch it.
Yeah, I heard about it, and then I heard the response because we have the local news channel. They're saying the owner said, well, it's because people they have a dock there, and they said people were pulling up or in their cars.
The boaters.
Yeah. And for takeout food. Well, all right. If you've ever been to Dublin Deck, you're not going there for the food. Okay.
No, man. No. All the places.
It's typical bar food. It's okay. But if you go pick up food, you go pick up food from a little bit, something a little bit nicer, I would think.
I like the Dublin Deck. I like hanging out there, and apparently everybody else does.
Yeah. But they do have a big outdoor area, so that would be one of the places that might be okay once they open up. But there was a DJ there.
Yeah,
you don't do a DJ for curbside service. So then I watched the video. I'm like, I gotta see it, man. I gotta see it.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people in there.
I saw pictures.
It looked like tryouts for Jersey Shore. We lost Lenny for a second.
He'll be back.
There he is. He came back.
I thought he took off to the Dublin Deck.
It totally looked like the rejects from Jersey Shore. Not I look like a reject from the 70s, so I don't know. I know. I'm not saying any ill. Well, it's just this is typically what's hangs out at the Dublin Deck. These guys, and they don't make Long Island look good. I'll tell you that.
No, that didn't make anybody look good, no. and it was look. We're in a shit position. This sucks. I want to be outside too.
Oh. Cool.
I want to. I stayed off social media yesterday most of the day until after 5, and then today I looked a couple of times because I just felt like it. But for the most part, I'm staying off it. But when I saw that, I was like, that just it sets us back, and doesn't really help the Long Island reputation for a lot of things. Now, I like that place. I like going there. I like listening to music there. I love being outside when it's good like that.
Right.
But,
yeah. They're not getting fined, or they haven't been fined. They haven't lost their liquor license or anything. So.
They weren't fined. It went to News 12, and it went to actually Cuomo, who said it's not his responsibility. It's local enforcement.
Yeah, and honestly, I hope he just gets a slap in the hand and say, "Hey, don't do it again."
Again,
well, it's one
tough,
of the places that's got to be open on Long Island.
It's got to be. It's got to be open. They can't. They have to be careful, but that place has to be open. And much as we're
the earphones.
We're still,
you may be feeding back here. I'm sorry.
We're still on pause, and people just be careful because, again, it's I don't want you to be scared. I hear all the people go, I'm not scared, and I'm like, well, you know what? Don't be scared, but be cautious.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Be cautious.
And a funny thing with that is my sister and her husband drove past the Dublin Deck today and said the parking lot was packed.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, make what you want of it.
Oh boy.
I just don't want this to set us back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want this to set us back. I don't want them. I would hate for that place to be closed.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Absolutely. So that's really. I mean, I only want to shame the people in my neighborhood who won't wear a mask. Because I just want to be a dick. But
Well, yeah. Everybody knows that. That's nothing.
Yeah. So I mean, it's really. I mean, I don't know why the name of the show isn't MRG Dick.
Yeah.
But
oh, man.
other than that, what else, you guys? What other murmurs have there been? I mean, yeah. So I've seen people practicing outside, which is
yeah. I saw Street Fighter was practicing. I saw Rick is playing with Polizzi, but they were doing the Joplin thing. They were doing that outside.
Were they playing like for people or practicing?
No, just in a driveway.
Yeah,
they're doing like the Facebook Live thing, which is kind of cool. I see
less than 10 people and stay away from each other.
Yeah,
I guess.
Actually, they were doing very good. Like Street Fighter, they were in a yard. They were away from each other. Same thing with Polizzi's band. They were away from each other. They weren't close to each other. They were all 6 feet apart.
It's hard, man. I can't, like I said, I can't wait till the three of us are in a room and we can sit there with guitars and really dig into some of the conversations.
And touch each other.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I certainly want to touch you underneath the camera.
Underneath the camera, just below there. There you go.
Below the camera. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
So I don't want people to be intimidated, but we're sick fuckers.
Yeah.
So
it's a little twisted.
We're a little twisted. I just the other thing, not having guesses, people, I like people to laugh. I don't want this to be, as serious. I mean, to bring up the Dublin Deck. I want Dublin Deck to be there. I want to be happy. I want to laugh. I want to sing. I want to just dance around and listen to music. I want to make fun of people in front of them. Coming out and dancing to a Who cover because I'm like, wow, that's your jam. Okay,
yeah, exactly, right.
So that's I want that. I want people to be happy. I want to be able to have more soda. Fuck.
Yeah.
So
we have Grimjack. We've been practicing. Good thing is the basement is big enough and far enough spread out. And yes, Laura, Jim is outside.
Yes. Jim is absolutely. Well, Jim would play with his wireless.
Yep. At practice.
At practice, anyway.
Yeah, he's nuts. He's nuts.
I gave him that really, really nice. I think either it's a Vox or a Lava curly cord, and I don't know what he's doing with that, but
yeah. It's a box. He was there. He doesn't.
Yeah.
It's there. It's like the spare.
So because he uses the wireless.
Even at practice, it's funny. And I even live. I try to use. I've gotten to that point. Like Letty knows that whenever I was at the rail, I was always on top of the bar.
Right? You kind of had no choice. Yeah.
It's expected of me at this point,
Right.
People know that the guy from Grimjack, he goes on top of the bar. So it was there, and it was at Rudy's and Patchogue did the same thing. Any place I could get away with it, I did.
You need the height.
Yeah, so. You need the height, and also you have to get permission. You really shouldn't be going up on top of a bar.
Yeah, unless it's Coyote Ugly.
Yeah, and
like
that's
you.
Me. I wear the little shorts, and I do that.
Dude, nothing better than you in a fucking shorts and a pair of fucking cowboy boots.
That's it. I remember my first Grimjack show. I did the. I got on top of the bar at the rail, at the Crooked Rail, and Jess was tending bar. She had never seen me do that before. Yeah, Evie was on the other side of the bar for the first time, so I didn't get her. I had Jess on my side, and I guess I backed into a tap. And it just started like beer everywhere. And she's like, "Get the fuck off the bar!"
Yeah, she didn't know.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
She learned. That's when I had that big bootay.
You know what you need to do? You got to do it one night like sloppy. You gotta have a bar full of fucking drinks, and you gotta get up there and kick every single fucking one over.
I know, right? I had just gotten my ES 137, and the first gig I took it out was a November Rain gig at 89 North, and a bunch of people from work, my dojo, had come down, and
it's a long way to that bar.
I had a bunch of drinks before we even started, and I got up on stage, and I got near the edge of the stage, and I missed. 89 North has got that tall stage.
That big stage.
I went over. Yeah. I went down, and I got my 137, and somehow I landed on my feet, and I can't figure out because I'm heading face down.
Yeah, I mean that's
because somehow I landed on my feet because that thing would have gotten crushed and just broken to a million pieces.
It's because you're a ninja.
I don't know how that. I got lucky on that one. That was the first time that I had fallen and landed on my feet like that. I got lucky.
That's a big drop.
That's at least a 4.5 foot drop, I guess.
It's a 4.5 foot drop.
Yeah.
And you know what it feels like when you're like walking down the stairs and it's dark and you don't step on the last stair. You go down. Your fucking jaw snaps. You almost buckle your knees and you're like,
I think the only thing that saved me on that one was that I was probably just hammered, and I should not have been in that condition. But
we are light on our feet when we're hammered.
Yeah. I floated down. So, yeah.
Or even if you didn't.
Yeah. So, all right. So we got to talk that we have some stuff coming up. Lenny is fully on the team, and
happy to be here.
Three. All of a sudden, he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get a couple of guests for you." So next week, we have, and he's a good friend of ours also, Steve Pisani from Michael Hill Guitars is going to be here. Going to talk about what the impact that the pandemic has had on him as a manufacturer. Interesting.
And as well as
we know
his bands.
Yeah. So, and what a great guy to talk. He's a great guitar player. He plays with TC in Helter Skelter. And
right.
He's got the what's the name of his 70s thing? It
was formerly 70s Flashback, but now it's Radio Flashback.
Radio Flashback. Okay. Yeah. I know it had changed, so I wasn't sure of the name. Mm-hmm. But those guys. So this way he's got less in that band, right?
That's the Helter Skelter band with
Helter
TC.
Skelter's got okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. He's got Bob Bellucci in that though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Rocky from the DJ from BAB's his drummer.
Yep. Right. Yep.
And I think Tom, the bass player, but he's not on Facebook, so I don't.
Yeah, I know. Right? They're not on Facebook. I don't know who they are. They're not like a real person to me if they're not. I'm just kidding.
He's rocking that MySpace still? All right.
Yeah. I got the MySpace going on, man. That he's on Twitch, I don't know. Twitch just sounds like some chick's shaking her ass, so I don't really get it.
I'm not really sure.
I'm too old for Twitch, man.
We should just do a TikTok show one day too.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
We are so fucking old. Exactly. I know, right?
Well, we gotta have our daughters come down and do it for us. So Daddy, you don't know what you're doing. Daddy.
Exactly. It's just terrible. Yeah. So we have.
He's gonna have a lot to say. He's
absolutely.
He's just cool, and this whole thing is what he was telling me candidly when I asked him to come on. It's affecting him good and bad, but mostly good. So he's good. Excited to talk all about that. And talk about guitars.
The funny thing, he was really excited when Len told him that he could do it from home in his pajamas if he wanted to. He thought, where are we doing this? And it's like, okay, you do it from your home. Like, what?
I
said, yeah, we're going to film it.
Yeah, he was excited about that. So that's great. He's a super guy. Now, I also want to sit up with him so that once all this shit is cleared up, we can go to his office and check him out.
Why didn't anybody tell me this is hanging here?
Oh, it's funny. It's just out of view. It actually is.
I was like, what is that?
What is that? Yeah, it's actually out of my view. I didn't see it.
Okay.
And then after that, we have a big get. Lenny got another one for us. So go ahead, Lenny. You can tell us for June 7th, right?
Yes, we have confirmed the other night. That's when I texted you with Steve Lynch of Autograph.
Yeah.
That is killer.
Yeah.
Killer. God, is it good snuff stuff at least?
Yeah, of course. So it's either snuff or gay. It's one of the two.
Or combination thereof.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, fuck. Oh, okay, we're back. We're back live. Oh, okay. Shit. All right.
How much of that got
We're
on
back
there?
live. Hi, everybody. We're back.
Hey.
If you lost the conversation, it went from Steve Lynch into snuff gay porn. So you missed about 15 seconds where it went from one to the other. Steve, we're not saying that you are into that. But if you are, we'll have a lot to talk about.
But videos that include wrenches that aren't about plumbers. So, all right. Man. That we'll continue that story offline because
absolutely.
New York in the early 80s, there were some basements that anyway. So and I have a couple of other people that are, but anyway, so back to this. So as far as two-hand tapping, Steve Lynch, a monster. Other guys, George Lynch would throw something in there. Warren would throw something in there, but oh my God, everybody's name is gone from my head now.
Don't worry, it's just because we're old. It's all right.
I know. Oh my God, Reb Beach.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking about him today, Len, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Reb is iconic as far as that goes.
Yeah.
And another VHS teacher, right, from back in the day. So he would do that. God, what's his name from Night Ranger?
Jeff Watson.
Jeff Watson.
Yeah.
Who
and he does it like this.
Yeah, he does a piano thing.
Right. Yeah.
But on top of all that, Stanley Jordan, right?
Yeah.
So Stanley Jordan.
He was one of the first guys that I saw do that before.
I mean, full on do it. I mean, full on. He was all in. I saw him at a music therapy conference in Washington, and I also saw the panda right before it died because, Elle is over at doing her conference stuff, and I went to the zoo, and I'm like, oh look, there's Ling Ling, and then I get back to the hotel in the morning, I wake up, Ling Ling died, and I'm like,
oh shit,
is that me? Fuck.
Did you do that again?
I killed another panda. What the fuck? Unicorns first, and then I kill a panda.
Yeah. God damn it.
So anyway, so they do the conference thing, and I met some people there that the head of the Academy of Music was there, and talked to him and a few other people, and it was great. And all of a sudden, Stanley Jordan came out, and the first thing he did was Eleanor Rigby. I mean, he just came out and was like, all right, let's just get this over with, and just, like 12 minutes of it, and just the thing, it just rang out perfect. It was beautiful. So he's probably the king of the entire thing as far as two-hand,
Yeah.
But Reb and Jeff and Steve Lynch and Eddie, of course, really the guy who brought it all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Into this. But yeah, so that's going to be a great show. We're going to bring in a couple of other people. We have some local people, and to go back to your friend from Mike Kelly, he's in a cover band, and again, other than Dublin Deck, the cover bands on Long Island, I don't know if we can say this enough, these top 40 bands are just absolutely killer, as can be told by the fact that Donnie's been doing the COVID a go and just getting some of the best people.
Yeah, and those are really,
and just showing how talented these guys are, and how much work they're willing to put into this, and not to take away from any
incredible stuff.
Yeah, that dude who did Golden Years, holy shit! Like, fuck, man.
And John is probably one of the nicest guys you'll meet too.
Yeah.
I mean, just enthusiastic and great. I mean, of course, he plays in a great band with Rodney, who's just pretty much a saint.
Yeah.
Douche.
Yeah.
Douche. If he's watching.
Yeah.
But so great stuff lined up. We have a couple of other people that are going to come on in the next few weeks. We'll probably have Jason back because he's half an unofficial person to come in here just to know. He did post a picture of one of his Zoom shows, and I got to really talk to him about his basement where he's been doing these from. That he's got to get a little.
He's got to do the background, like
he's got to do a background.
Everything back here, it looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But if I turn the camera on, you could be so disappointed. It's much like it's the same disappointment like when I take my pants down. It's the same disappointment.
We know. That's why we don't stand. This is not like we're not the sitting back guys because you see the fact that I got legs that look like a dead chicken.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not even wearing pants, so.
Oh, I wouldn't expect you to.
Yeah. I mean,
So, but so yeah, some good stuff coming up. Some re-guests. I know everybody's again.
Well, the thing I like about having Jason come back is it's kind of like to check in on him.
Yeah, because I mean,
what's going on? He's getting better. He's able to perform and make a living. I mean, it's good to keep updated on the progress.
Absolutely.
Especially with him, right? So I mean,
that's all he does.
He's one of our friends because that's what he does, right? Yeah. We have some other friends who it's what they do, but they've been, as we talked about a couple of times, they've been surprisingly quiet. So we're not really sure. And we should I should probably reach out a couple more times to people who I'm not really sure what's going on with them. But I was going to ask one of my friends who's just moving to Ohio because he's a political sparring partner with Dave, though Dave mostly takes his side. But he's an interesting character. But it's Chris, and I should probably text him and tell him I'm talking about him. But he is so. He's wonderfully supportive and angry about being in a cover band, being a tribute band,
right.
And because I played an original project with him, which was great, and I had the kids, and I had to stop doing stuff, but it was great. But anyway, he got a great guitar player to do all his stuff, who just covers a lot more spectrum than I did, but so Chris is always very nice to me, and I said, look, I'm doing this tribute thing, and he goes, I'm sorry, and I said, I'm sorry, I'm part of the problem. He goes, yeah, you are part of the problem. And then he goes, but I know, I know, your Aerosmith roots, and I know the fact that you get to play really fucking loud doing it, and then probably makes you really happy. So I'm happy for you. So.
Very true.
That's good. So I mean, he'd be an interesting perspective. I think once he moved to Columbus, and I would love to have him on once he's settled in and starts doing, because he does a lot of the solo stuff, right? So he does a lot of solo acoustic shows. I would love to know what Columbus is like,
right?
Because I haven't played there in years, and probably over 20 years, and it was a great live scene there. So I would love to know what they're doing as far as this goes. If once it comes back, was there a gig economy or isn't? And,
right.
Maybe we reach out to some of our friends, like who are out on the West Coast, and I'm pretty sure we have some friends who are probably working Vegas, but not working Vegas right now, so that we could probably talk to them too.
Yeah. I spent many years out in the West Coast, so
yeah. I mean, you have people
not even tapped that yet because I
right. I'm right.
So many contacts.
Yeah. So there's contacts. I mean, we have a lot of people that are actually up our sleeves, and what we're trying to do is really get this settled in and get our flow going, right? Which we're doing now, and this is we're off topic today because we don't have a guest, but normally we have our format. And we've been sticking to it, and it's been working really well. So once we have our camera work going well, our sound going well, I think that we're going to, and I think that our not to take anything away from anybody else, but I think Steve Lynch is going to be our litmus test as far as how we feel about it, and to stay on topic and stuff, and just let him know what our format is, and have the one episode or the one article we wrote that Bruce Springsteen.
Okay.
And it was great, because he goes, and, we're playing, we're doing a show, and Bruce is there, backstage, and goes, he didn't come to see us, he came to see the opening act, but it's okay. I was okay with that, so I talked to him, and he stayed for the show, and they talked more, and one of the things he talked about is really connecting with your audience, because it's great quote. You need to see you in that audience, and they need to see themselves on that stage. You need to have that sort of connection, and you should really. Music for me, and we've talked about this. I love playing live, I would play, in a cantina in Star Wars, even people shooting up the place. I don't care. I like playing live. Yeah. I like seeing people play live. And that brings us probably back to, the Dublin Deck and stuff. I like live music. I love the dynamics. The kids who have been raised listening on earbuds, right, have no idea what dynamics are. You've got something compressed down to, 50 meg, that it was recorded and it's 20 gig
right.
of spectrum and live, it washes over you, right? I mean, the sound, Lenny, you were there every night, good band or bad band, you still had that electricity,
Yeah, it was exciting. It was live, some of it was great, some of it wasn't, but it was all good because it was live and there was energy, feeding off the stage to the audience and vice versa. It was just like it's part of it. And, all these live streams, they're as good as they are. For me, that's what it's missing.
Right.
Is that connect.
I have
that energy that you feed off of them and that they feed off of you, which inspires the band to play better.
Absolutely, and I agree with you with the some of the live streams. I've seen some people who I really love doing some of the live streams lately, and I realize, these are magnetic people. Some of them are just huge. You could just feel, they're iconic and just they're so good, and and then there are the up and coming people who are really working hard on doing the YouTube live and doing Instagram live, and you can see the excitement, you can see the people who will like
tune in,
right? That was like that was a good song and that was pretty cool, but then other people you're like, wow, you just completely sucked me in. I would love to see you live, because it would probably just make my head explode.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and that's the energy that I miss, and I like the energy that I like to give off, and I think that the same thing Dave Grohl was saying was, you want to have that connection, and you really want people to feel good and do that, and I think that's really
what's missing.
Yeah, and that's going to drive us back to, these live venues. I think people are going to be a little scared at first, but I think we're just...
Yeah, people are itching to get back and see some live music.
Yeah, as evident with the Dublin Deck the other day.
Yeah, every other post I'm seeing is like, people are going to come on, do something live. And it's nice that people are doing like the Facebook Live thing. Like the friends of mine, Eric and Amanda from the Vibe, the band that I helped.
Yeah, beautiful.
Did a nice little thing, and they're doing a benefit for Mike, the workers at Rudy's too, which is nice. Yeah, that's great. I give them a lot of props for that. That's great.
That's thoughtful.
It's nice. It's nice to see so many people are out doing it. You see Randy Jackson is doing something every day, right? Just about.
Yeah. He's working it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
You got it. You have to, man. These guys,
And you got, George Centron.
Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Which, by the way, happy birthday, George.
Happy birthday, George.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Happy birthday.
And Jeff Cropper.
Yeah.
And Jeff.
Oh, yeah. Have you talked to Jeff at all?
No.
Yeah, I haven't either. He had that terrible accident, right?
I've been talking to, Antos about it, and,
right.
Things are, completely have gone in the right direction where initially, he was pretty fucking hurt.
Yeah.
Jeff, if you're on, man, thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to come on, let us know. Come on the show.
Mm-hmm. Come on the show. Call us.
Call in.
Call in. 1-800 fuck you. God, if we can get those numbers, that'd be awesome.
Oh, dude, those numbers are so fucking gone.
I know, right?
1-800.
Those gotta be numbers.
1-800 snuff film. Maybe we'll get that.
That's it, man. All right, so we had kind of talked about a topic being, Memorial Day and veterans. So we don't really have, musicians that are, that are veterans or for Memorial Day. But we do have musicians that are heroes, right, Tom? We had talked about that.
Yeah, you think about it. Some of the people that inspired us,
right?
And it's amazing. I mean, and being able to see some of your icons and stuff. I mean, I grew up listening to, at home. It was all over the place, right? But I mean, one of the things that I did hear growing up was Johnny Cash, and I got to see Johnny Cash. The Stones, got to see the Stones.
Oh yeah.
Saw Paul McCartney, the Beatles. These things. I killed two birds with one stone. The only time I have ever seen Jimmy Page was with the Black Crowes, and it was a great show.
Oh, he was amazing with that.
Yeah, that worked out so well that that was impressive to see him do that. I was really, really happy about that. So I mean, these are some of my heroes, and thank God for them. I mean, even I'll just blurt it out. If there were no Ace Frehley, I probably wouldn't be playing guitar, and I certainly wouldn't be playing a guitar, that looked like this.
Yeah.
Right? Because I think this is probably like the standard with the white DiMarzios was probably one of the advertisements he had, whenever in one of his endorsements. So I was just irresistible to do this, and in your head to just see that. I mean, Jimmy Page's Sunburst. Right? It's just fucking iconic. The smoke coming out of Ace's guitar. Just, I mean, I'm in 6th grade and this guy is like doing everything that it's Halloween.
Yeah.
It's rock and roll. It's 4th of July, right?
Yep.
So, we can be super cheesy about all that, but he's so. It was fun. It was simple. It was easy. It was simple times, not like today. But that, and then Joe Perry, another Les Paul slinging guy for me.
Yeah.
These guys meant a lot to me. John Sykes, another crazy Les Paul guy. I mean, so I don't know, between, and I've seen Les Paul 3 times. Before he died.
Right.
And it was always great to see that. So, I mean, just going through all the history of that, those are, some of the simple heroes, without going too far off track.
Too deep, right.
Right. Yeah. Saying, well, there's Roy Gallagher, and we could talk about that for, and then the influence from there with, Thin Lizzy and Viv Campbell and all those folks. But, I mean, and just... the Irish in me,
right.
So you hear that, and it's your DNA. But I really think that those are some of the things that really influenced me as a young man. Visually, right? I mean, visually, if you think about it,
that's a lot of it. I think.
I mean, yeah. So I mean, just as a kid, staring at the "Let It Bleed" record cover and the back cover, that pizza cake bicycle tire thing, and then just the other side with it destroyed. Yep. That made such an impression on me, as much as hearing you can't always get what you want.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that album, that was my dad's album.
Yeah,
my dad's young. My dad was 20 when he had me. He was young. He had the Led Zeppelin shit. He had, the Stones. And I remember Dad having too many drinks and like getting me into the Stones, into the Beatles. And Let It Bleed was, I mean, that album was, me up and down, left and, everything about that album was me.
Right. I mean, the opening track is Give Me Shelter, right?
Yeah. The opening track? I'm not even sure that the yeah.
I don't now that I have everything on shuffle.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's fun. But I am going to go back and start listening to things as records in order. I think that
it's important. I think I'm going to go. There was a reason that stuff was put in order.
There was a lot of thought put into it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't simple like now where it's digital where I just move the track around, like that. They had to be mastered, and there was a lot of time putting into, okay, this is track 1, this is track 2, this is this is side one.
Side one, side
right.
two. Right.
Right.
It wasn't. Yeah. Absolutely.
That's huge. You know, talk about a heroes that they actually spent a lot of time. This is side one.
Mm-hmm.
This is side two.
Yeah.
If they were crazy, this is side three and side four.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And sequence through all that.
Lenny.
Yeah, Lenny.
Yeah.
So you're a guitar player. I know you don't play out live now a lot. Who was your hero? Like, what was your favorite guitar to play? Number one.
My favorite player?
Yeah, your favorite player, like your hero, like what's your guitar? What was your favorite guitar to play? Like, was that influenced by who your favorite guitar player that you just like to watch?
Oh man, there's so many. But the one guy before anybody was probably Richie Blackmore.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I grew up a Kiss fan. I came out of the world of comic books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they were like a natural progression. My first concert was Kiss at the Garden.
Okay.
In '77, and I was just like, "Holy shit!" My brother goes, "That's the opening act. That ain't Kiss." And the opening act was Billy Squier.
Right.
Who got nailed in the face with bottles. They pulled him off the stage, and then when Kiss came out, it was.
He had some great stuff in the first couple albums, man. That poor guy.
The Piper thing.
The Piper stuff was so good.
That band should have made it big.
Yeah.
And I was just like, holy shit, just a whole spectacle. Like Tommy said, it was like Halloween meets 4th of July, and it was insane.
There was drums, just huge drum kit, big solo.
And that's when they were using real fire, where you felt the heat.
Yeah.
And it was sick.
Yep.
It was sick. So then, after a couple of years, growing up, I went to what used to be known as the Long Island Arena.
Yeah.
And this was 1978, and it was REO Speedwagon headlining, Rainbow opening for them, and then opening for them were a band called The Gods.
Yeah.
Yeah. GODZ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I went to go see The Gods because, they were kind of like an offshoot Kiss band, like Angel was, and like Stars was. So I was part of that whole thing. And when Rainbow came out, it was just like, we're talking 1978, Ronnie Dio, Long Live Rock and Roll.
Yeah.
And I was just like, who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah. What a fucking voice, man. Jesus.
And it was just, and I was like right up front, like, and I smoked my first joint, and I'm just like, and he just, it wasn't, you couldn't really understand what he was playing, but it was a lot of smashing the guitar and a lot of showmanship, and I was just like, who the fuck was that guy? They said, that's Richie Blackmore from Deep Purple.
Absolutely.
So I was heavily into, I got into the Deep Purple, the Rainbow, and then the offshoot bands like Whitesnake and Gillan, and then Black Sabbath.
So many, it just spread.
Yeah. And
just spread after that.
But it was, as guitar player wise, he was the one in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And to this day, he still does things. I wish we could have him on an interview because there's 1,001 questions I'd love to ask him.
Yeah.
I've got to know him for a brief time where he was living in Huntington.
Right.
And he would get down to a bar that I worked in, Sparks.
Yeah.
And he would come in to play foosball and to drink. So there'd be times where he would take us all out and just get us fucked up. And the classy gentleman.
He's out in Miller Place or something now, isn't he? So it's always a chance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I know. I think he's out in Mount Sinai now.
Yeah, that Mount Sinai Miller Place, Rocky Point thing. I call it all one name: Sound Beach, Rocky Place, Miller.
Yeah.
But he used to play in like the Hungry Bear with the New Day band, and I used to be like, I can't fucking believe this guy who I worship is here.
Yeah.
Nicest guy in the world. And to this day, he's still a very nice man,
He's an icon. He's a fucking icon.
Yeah. Legend.
So
then from there, it's a long list.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we all have that.
Yeah, there's a lot. Joe, you're up next, but our musical spectrum is pretty much all over the place too. I love fucking if if She's Gone comes on by Hall & Oates, I'm fucking listening to that from beginning to end. If
I love that shit.
Soulful.
You know, like
the
Fifth Dimension.
Yeah.
So, you know, you just, there's some stuff that just, you know, untouchable as far as great music. But I mean, we're still trying to talk about our heroes and icons. So go ahead, Joey.
All right. So, you know, I was a bass player for a long time. And,
yes.
Yeah, a long time, right?
Sorry about that.
I didn't start guitar until I was out in LA. Because here or there, a band I joined already had a bass player, so they wanted somebody that played keys and guitar. So I ended up switching over to keys and guitar. So my guy, I'm actually going to switch over a video. So you'll see him on the screen here at the same time. So yeah, I'm a Les Paul guy. Also, I love Telecasters too. So I guess it's the single cut thing. But Dave Menichetti.
Oh,
Dave Menichetti, man. He's got that
so underrated
old fucking beat up Les Paul, and in the video that is on our screen right now.
Oh yeah.
And just his solos. He's a really great player.
He is great. I mean, just great.
Fuck, great voice.
Yeah.
And vibrato kills me. And there's one of those guys like BB, like Lindsey Buckingham, who can play one note, and it says so much.
Yeah.
You know. And one of my favorite solos is on right now. It's "I Believe in You," which it's just one long note after one long note. It's great tone, you know. And matter of fact, the old Marshall in the back there is the same year as his. So not only do I have the Les Paul, I had to go get the same Marshall. So
that's the thing too, you know. I mean, just
totally underrated guitar player, musician.
Completely.
Yeah.
I mean, just you know, it's funny if you know, a lot of people know, you know, Summertime Girls.
Yeah. And honestly,
barely.
Most of the Y&T fans do not like that song.
No, and that's
because it's not them, really.
No, it's not them. That's like this. I mean, tip of the iceberg for them. I mean, they were. You know, I know a little bit of the history. They are, you know, they're before Van Halen.
Yeah. Van Halen used to open for them at like Gazzarri's.
I mean, Absolutely. Yesterday and Today was Dave's not a young man.
I have that record.
So
their first one.
Yeah, yeah.
And I actually brought it to a signing when they played. It was the Crazy Donkey one year.
Yeah.
And I brought it to get signed, and he looked at it. He goes, "Where'd you get this?" He's like, "Can I have it?" And I was like, "Well, no, man. Can you just sign it?" He was just like, "I don't even have this."
Yeah,
you know, and that's when they had like on their satin outfits, and it was like so 70s.
Nice fucking guy.
Yeah,
you know, really is. I mean, and he's enjoying it.
They were working on a documentary.
I have the documentary. They just played here February, and
I wanted to go to that.
Yeah, and I got to see the show again. You know, I've seen them here. I've seen them in L.A. when I was out there. I roadied for them in L.A. for one night.
Yeah, you told me that. Tell me that story again.
There's a story, and Dave doesn't even know this.
What'd you steal?
I got there. I didn't steal anything, which is funny. And he was a huge, big.
Can't wait
to me. I was into Black Tiger, you know, like their iconic album, Black Tiger. You know, it was huge for me. But it was just after an earthquake in Whittier. And I was in Pasadena. The show was in Pasadena, so it was kind of, you know, the building's a little fucked up. And I get there, and I was in a Datsun B210 with a 5-speed, you know, or 4-speed. It was terrible car, 78. And the show was 87. And I get there, and a guy comes. He's like a little frantic, and he comes out to us because it was me and 3 of the other guys in my band at the time. We're roadieing, you know, we were getting like $40 for the day and like shirts, and, you know, obviously got to see the show for free. We worked like 30 hours that day. I don't know, it was ridiculous. this guy comes out frantic, and he's like, "Hey, who's got the car?" And I'm like, "Well, it's my car." He's like, "Hey, you got to take this to the hospital." He's handing me a paper cup, and I'm like, "Okay." And he's like, "Yeah, there's a finger in it. Take it to the fucking hospital." And he tells me the addresses. I guess I thought it was the road manager, but it wasn't somebody that worked for Y&T. It was somebody.
It was me.
One of the day workers. There was a garage door in the back of the venue in Pasadena, and they had to open up the door, and I guess there was a lock on it, and they wanted to get in there and get it going. They didn't. The guy used a crowbar and cut his finger off. So here I am driving around with a cup full of water and with a finger in it, right?
Oh.
And I'm in a stick shift, no less, right? So it's shifting.
Oh, dude,
and I'm holding it in my hand, and if you ever have a paper cup with some water or wine or whatever you have in it, it's got ice in it, and you feel it go tink tink tink. You can feel it hit. So I'm feeling this finger, and I'm like, "Don't drink it, whatever you do, don't." And I'm like dying of thirst, like, "Don't drink it, don't drink it."
So you weren't worried about spilling it because you were a professional.
I was just like in my mind, like
I know what that is.
I know that's somebody's finger. It's an appendage.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I brought that up on one of Y&T's forums, and Dave comes back and he was like, and because I was like, I swore it was a road manager. He was like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, dude. Like, that never happened. It did happen because I had guys over there, but it wasn't. Somebody else came in later that was on his crew and said, yeah, there was somebody there, but it wasn't the road manager. It was just a day worker like myself. It was very funny.
Oh, God, that's so good.
But I did manage to take his entire wardrobe and just push it down the fucking stairs, and it just went end over end. That's when he had the pink outfit. It was not his best look, but he's badass.
No, we could probably one of these weeks we should probably post some of our 80s pictures.
Yeah, I have some terrible ones. I know that, and I'm sure you do too.
Yeah, so stuff that I've come to embrace and understand that, past the cringe part, I'm like, you know what, I did it. It's there.
Yeah.
You can find them if you want them.
I would gladly put that up as long as somebody pulls down the fucking video of me up on top of a bar singing an LMFAO song.
Yeah, that should probably come down.
That should come down. And every once in a while, somebody says, "Hey, is this you?" And I'm like, dude, how do you get that? It's terrible. So.
No, you know what? I think I'm pretty sure on DVD I have something I did with Antos where there were lots of balloons and big hair and.
Oh boy!
So I'll find that and somehow we'll incorporate that. If he's going to be on the show, that's coming out.
Oh yeah, we definitely got to put him on the show one day.
Yeah, so Chris,
got to invite him.
Oh, we got to definitely have Chris on and
he's a great talker.
Oh, he'll talk.
Mm-hmm.
He'll talk. We'll leave.
And he's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just like, all right.
Yeah,
hi, Jack.
Absolutely.
Have at it, Antos.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. So we've done the topic, and we've been on here for like an hour already, right?
We're almost at an hour. So
let's go through our quick usual things. So Lenny, your segment.
Yes, you guys want to talk about gear that you're absolutely in love with or fucking hate.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Joe, Tommy, let's start with you.
Yeah.
All right.
I know what you got.
So here's we're on a million email lists and there's other stuff, but anyway, so I got an email from Full Tone. They're having a contest. I guess the owner, Mike Fuller, is he's bored too, so he's probably been sitting in his shop just doing shit. So he put out a thing to give out one of his 3 pedals that he was, sweepstaking off, and I signed up for it. And then I got an email saying that, I just tweaked the OCD version 2, and now I have a 2.1 because I just made a change to, I was bored. So I sat here and tweaked a few of them, and I'm selling them. And then I'm like, what is it? Because I want the germanium, but it's a couple $100, and I'm not really I don't really want to do that. But anyway, so with his discount and everything, with shipping, it came out to $117, which is less than an OCD on Reverb, used.
Right.
And they're like, okay. So it finally came, and it is absolutely great. I have it. So I'm going to just crush the tone here. So this is just the JCM straight. So that's just the JCM straight. No delay or anything. That's just that. And that's turned way down because it's not really doing what it's supposed to do. But here's just a nice A. So here's the OCD on. Yep. Anyway, it's just big and beefy, but transparent too. So I mean, it could. It's and it's only running at 9 volts, and he says to run it at 18 volts to open it up even more. So I was thinking about, just for this one, I'm not going to put this on the big pump pedal board. I'm going to keep it the way it is, like this.
Right. That's going to have to be for that BC pedal board.
Yeah, it's going to be for the BC pedal board. Absolutely. Yeah. And it's so big, and I'm going to probably try and run it at 18 volts to give it even more headroom and give it that whole, almost modded plexi sound.
Okay.
Right. So anyway, so I emailed, saying thanks a lot. Sounds killer, and he responded. So I'm like, he's really bored if he's responding to people's emails.
If you guys haven't
so it's great.
Tommy's a fanboy of.
I know. I'm gonna. I have. So what do I've got the.
If he could blow Mike Fuller, he would.
I would, man. I got 3. Now I have 4 OCDs. I have 2 of the other drive.
Fucking problem, dude.
I have the Octafuzz, which is just a great Octafuzz, and I'm thinking about getting the wah pedal. Because that's what Joe Perry uses, the Clyde. So I was thinking maybe I'll get a Clyde, but we'll hold up. But still, he's still got a nice price on that one too, because it's that's a pretty expensive one. But we'll see. So that's where I'm at today. I actually spent the day, not the day, but some of the evening playing with it, and I have not plugged it into anything else except for the JCM right now. I'm gonna try, but I did. Yesterday I ran through all the amps. And I was like, wow, they all sound really good. Because sometimes you plug them in and you're like, it's okay today. I plugged in all the amps, just kept moving everything around, and they all sounded good. So I was pretty happy yesterday. Not so much today because I'm a depressed, miserable fuckface. So anyway, but that's where I am, Lenny. Back to you, sir.
All right, Joey, what do you got for us today?
Oh, he brings out
Italian. You know what? It's funny is I didn't really have anything in particular for today. I gotta see, where is I lost my amp. No. Oh, it's because I don't have it on. So I'm gonna go with what I've been practicing with the past 2 weeks. Which is the Kotzen Telly.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So
nice.
And you restrung it, you said.
Yes, right? I did. So really, I was going to talk about not so much the Telly, but it's a beautiful Telly to start with. Number one,
it is beautiful.
As I got older, I found, I used to like the RG 550 necks, the real thin ones, and I played a Vive Gem for a while too. I love that guitar. But they were too thin to play rhythms all the time. I'm getting older, my hands cramp up. So this thing has got a monster neck. I love it. It's thick, it's big, it's beefy. And I'm never going to play all that fast like Vi or even like Kotzen, These guys play really fast.
What's the radius on the neck?
It just sits in your hand.
Huge.
Yeah.
This is the same size as like the 58 Les Paul.
Yeah, like my 58.
Yeah, it's a beast, and it feels great. So, it's a pretty looking guitar to start with. It's got that
gorgeous.
Nice, yeah. It's got that flamed maple top, ash body. It's got the tummy cut. Getting a little extra weight on with the COVID.
why we like those.
I have to worry about it. I mean, I know that I'm still thin.
Little excess COVID.
Yeah, but yeah, what I really want to talk about is I did watch all those videos that the guys were talking about. Beato and Brett Schull were talking about string gauges, and I've always been a 10 through 52 guy, usually like a heavier bottom and a little bit lighter top. And then I started going to 9s, and I was like, they're talking about how a lot of them are using 8s now. And obviously we know BFG, right? Billy Gibbons.
Yeah.
What does he use, 7s or 6s?
If he can, I think there's a 7 set.
Yeah, it's definitely.
I can't
7s.
Believe that.
Yeah, he uses 7s.
He just touches those things, and he gets that monster tone.
Absolutely.
That's just him.
But a lot of guys use thinner strings. You know, and they get great tones. So I started this one. I actually put 8.5s on. I actually have a set of 8s to go on some stuff coming up. And I went through a practice with this, and I was like, I was afraid that the tone was going to be a little thin or whatever, and you know what? It sounded fucking great. It actually sounded better than I thought it normally. And I love the way this guitar sounds too. You know.
Yeah.
But so it was really nice. So I'm going to try at least 8 5s on some of them. And
takes the pressure off you playing the strings.
Yeah, I mean, and I do like to bend. I can't bend like Thornley, but I do like to bend, and I have a couple of songs that I'm bending, step and a half now, So it's a little, and it's definitely tough on the 10s, much less the 9s. So the 8 5s are pretty cool. So I'll give them a shot for a while, and I'm going to put 8s on something. This is obviously Fender length, so I do have the 8 5s on this. I'll probably leave the 9s on the Gibson length for now. It's a little bit shorter scale, so they are a little slacker. Is that the way it works?
Interesting. I mean, it definitely one of the things they talked about is it allows it to sit in a little bit different pocket than before. It's not. So it's allowing the bass to be the bass.
Yeah.
Yep. I just have to get it through my head. Then I'm gonna.
So yeah, it's nice to get that the ease of the bending,
Yeah, makes it easier.
Absolutely. So, Len, do you have any gear you were thinking about this week?
No, I just
okay.
I don't have anything this week.
Yeah. You still have a lot of your stuff in storage, right? You still have that 800 in storage, right?
Yes.
We got to bring that out here.
Yeah, we're gonna bring that.
Yeah, we got to break it out. At least throw some tubes in it and crank it up a little bit. We'll put it on one of the Grim Jack records, man. I still have two more. I still got two more to record.
The head that Aldo Nova used to record Fantasy.
Oh, I remember you saying that.
That's right.
Yeah,
you said that.
Yeah,
back in the day, he needed some money, and so he just said, you want to buy an amp.
Right.
And I said, sure. So, gave him some money, and, he tried to sell me a piece of shit amp.
Right.
But Paul Kane said, no, grab that one.
Right.
And so we switched it when I grabbed it.
Ah, cool.
So
definitely. If you ever want to bring that to storage, I would love to bring it onto the Grim Jack album. I have 2 more to record, so.
Well, you know what?
Let's do it.
I'll get it out this week. I got some of my other things in there that I want to get out the show and bring to the show.
All right, cool. That'd be great.
Yeah,
we should have Paul.
Consider it done.
Yeah. He's gonna bring Paul on, definitely.
Because I remember just not to blow all the thing for Paul. I remember, Paul's a couple of years older than us, and I remember seeing him at Sparks, and I think we were playing. I think his band at the time was Head First, and
cover band.
Yeah, cover band, and I think we were the kids opening up, just trying to get our foot in the door. Antos was in the band. But Paul was a monster then, and this was, oh my God, has to be 25 years ago, right? I mean, he was just
right.
he was his hand is huge, right? And
it's like a baseball glove.
Yeah, and he's covering stuff. The only reason I play Walk This Way the way I do is because of him, because I feel bad if I don't play it up, on C. But as a human would, we go, play it in the small space. But just to see him do that, I have to feel as though I always had to catch up to him. But he was someone to see, and I think actually, that's where I met Jack Starr that night. There was always, even as a kid, there were so many people. The guys from Man of War were hanging out.
Always on a Wednesday night.
Yeah, so we could definitely have a Sparks Huntington conversation about a lot of musicians who walked in.
Brian Setzer, the Stray Cats used to come down and watch his little brother play. In the
Absolutely, man. That was a crazy place, and now there's just good pizza there. So
I know.
Wow. All right, so let's go forward with the next section, with the fuck you section.
Ooh.
I
thought. Who did I?
All right.
I'm gonna have to go last because I don't remember who I
you don't remember. All right, Lenny, go first.
All right. We were just talking about him. My fuck you forever.
Mm-hmm.
Is going to be to Paul Kane.
Okay.
Yeah.
The guy played me. He sent me something yesterday. He's in Florida now, so he's still recording, but he's doing everything himself.
Okay.
And when he finishes something, he'll send it my way and be like, "Well, what do you think?" And then I hear it, and I'm immediately blown away, and I send it back to him. I'm like, "Incredible! What else can you do to it?"
Yeah.
So he's got like 5 or 6 tunes. It's like a guitar orchestra.
Okay.
It's not. I mean, it's rock. It's like, but it's just not what you've heard before. But I can't describe it.
Right.
So he sent me this latest thing he's working on, and we've been going back and forth with it. And it's kind of like it's got a very ZZ Top kind of feel to it, but he just laid down the solos on it. And I got to tell you, I've never heard him play like that in all the years I've known him, that I've worked with him.
Right.
And he's just beyond anything that we can even think about. He's like on a completely another level.
Yeah, that's
and
so true.
He's like, "Well, what do you think?" I'm like, "This is like the kitchen sink. There's country, there's pop, there's metal, there's blues. It's all, but all the parts that he has, it's layered like crazy, all fit with each other. Right. So everything is like an orchestra of guitars." Wow. We definitely should have him on the show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
But I'll ask him with this latest piece if I'd be allowed to play it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're just gonna go, "What the fuck was that?"
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I'd love to put it on for him.
And nicest guy, coolest guy you ever want to hang with, but the guy is just frightening as a guitar player, musician. Right.
Right.
So
cool.
After hearing that, I'm just like, so he gets the double finger.
Good. You got somebody, Tommy?
Well, you know what? I don't know. I got to figure out what his name is because it's really bad. Was it I Mother Earth? Okay. That band. God, just listening to Not Quite Sonic. Is that either? It's either. I forget who it is. I'll come back with that. But I mean, it's either Our Lady Peace or I think it's Our Lady Peace. It just
they had an album.
Yeah, Not Quite Sonic, and just the guy is just sonically a monster. Playing through it, and I can't remember his name. And I think I probably saw them open up for somebody.
Van Halen.
Yeah, they opened up for Van Halen. That's exactly right. And I remember
Hagar.
I remember how good this guy was because I wasn't a huge Hagar fan. Just because Dave was king of the universe, but and the Van Halen songs with Sammy are incredible. It's preference. I think it's just attitude. I think the whole we can go back to Eddie all the time. Just they came out like, I'm going to kick you in the fucking face and you're going to have a good time because that's what we did. When they came out with Sammy, it was like, all right, we're here to work. Pretty much.
Yeah.
So
that's
But so Our Lady Peace and just some of the sounds and stuff. Another lover of the fuzz box. I think the Canadian bands love, just grinding the fuzz in songs and stuff, and just having the sound come in and come out like Thornley does, or Tea Party, another great band. I think they were all supposed to tour together this summer, which fell apart. The Saints and Sinners tour, which I think as close as it got to us was probably either Watertown or Buffalo. So it would have been we would have probably done our show from there if the tour came out. But then again, if we didn't have this pandemic, we'd still be going, we need to have the show.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Exactly.
So a big fuck you to you two for actually making sure that we have this show. And
exactly. Yeah. I know that. If we didn't have the pandemic, we would not be doing the show. So.
It's been good. And now we're in.
Yeah. Now we've been doing it every week, and I think we've got our good time too.
Yeah. So Joey, who do you fucking hate this week that you love?
I didn't have anybody until I was like, we were going to talk about heroes, and then I had to bring up Dave Menichetti. So Dave's getting the hugest fuck you, besides being one of my biggest influences. His fucking voice, man. Jesus. He's one of those
complete
guys.
package.
Yeah, he's one of those guys.
He's the
This
package.
is where it started for me, was the fuck you. It was like, fuck, the guy's got a great tone. He's a really good player. I mean, he's not a speed demon. He plays some good, great, really tasty stuff. And then he's got a voice like that.
He'll throw in a speed lick sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
He'll do that. But I mean,
a lot better than I can. I'll tell you that. But
he's not all about that. Which is what's cool about him.
Yeah.
Like he gets blues in there, and he's just awesome.
And then
he can do anything.
Absolutely. And the band he's got playing with him now, man, those guys are fucking good, man. I didn't realize that the guy, the other guitar player in the band, boy, I'm gonna hate myself for not remembering his name right now, but I'm on the spot.
No, and I gotta
he did so much for that band for a long time. You didn't even know. Like, he used to dress up in the suit, the metal guy suit. He was that guy for years.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and he did a lot of stuff for them a long time.
We need a metal
guy.
With
the band. He's been basically with the band for that long. And then, when they went through different guitar players, when it was finally time, it was like, we just gotta have them start playing. But vocally, those guys are just incredible. When went to see them recently at Mulcahy's in February, the power went out, and they went up, and there's no PA. They just started playing, and I don't remember how they were just singing, and it was fucking amazing. Those guys know how to sing. There's no backing tracks, Those guys can fucking sing.
That's live.
Yeah, that's live shit.
In your face.
And, I did the backing track thing for a while, and I won't do it anymore. I'd rather, do what I do and be who I am, So I wanted to make that one short, but it's definitely Dave. Fuck you, Dave. Love you, man.
Beautiful.
Still haven't ordered your wine yet, but I do love you. I got to order some of that.
We'll have to get some and drink it on your show.
Absolutely. So, but that's it for the show, I guess. Right? We've gotten through it, and we are. Wow, our longest show so far. A little get cut because we had a couple of breaks, but
but that's okay. I think this was more of a,
this is just a hang.
Yeah, if someone's interested, you know what we could do? We could probably watch it and just say, cut to here, cut to here, cut to here, maybe in the subject line, on the bottom. So
right,
anyway,
right.
It's great catching up with you guys. Happy Memorial Day to everybody.
Yeah.
Right. If anybody watches this tonight or tomorrow,
Yeah.
Again, subscribe. Click on the bell so you get
subscribe to the channel.
Hit the bell. Where is it? It's going to be on.
Buy the merch.
Buy the merch. Check out stuff there. Support your other local people who are playing that you see, and they have their Venmos up and they have their PayPals.
Yeah.
$5, 10 people give them $5 an hour. They're eating.
Yeah.
Right. And some of our, and people who aren't musicians, but a lot of our musician friends who do this are, struggling. So, and reach out to them because sometimes they need to have someone say that they don't suck.
There are links down there in the stuff below. When you click the little arrow going down, you can read besides our links and our merch links, there are links to help musicians and to help live crews down there. Really important because if you can do it.
Right. When we come back, we want these people with us.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Yeah, and we don't have big live crews. Matter of fact, me and Tommy use the same live crew. The one guy, Mike. Thanks, Mike.
At times it's been each other. So I mean that might continue. So whatever we got to do.
Yeah, but we have one guy that we like to pay. Mike, thanks for being there.
Mike, if you're here,
good guy.
Thank you so much, and thank you for thanks for the text and email. And anybody wants to reach out and just say hi. Just here.
You'll know where to find us.
You know how to find us, and we'll absolutely respond. Absolutely. So thanks.
All right, guys. Signing
off.
Bye,
Joey. See ya.
Okay.
See you, Lenny.
Have a good week, guys.
You too.